Hello everybody, it is Thursday, July 9th, and we are at B part 3 of my vinyl dive of my new stuff. Today is mostly about one artist, but I actually missed somebody when I did this, when I did sort of my random Bs the last 2 days. So the one I have is Biffy Clyro, a Scottish rock band. I have one of their albums, but it's a double. It's album's called Opposites. I was a little more into Biffy Clyro in 08, 9, 10. This was a 2010 release, I'm pretty sure. Oh, 2013, sorry. 2013, and this was sort of about where I kind of stopped following them. They've had a couple of albums since then, but they're honestly not much on my radar anymore. But today's specific artist is the Beastie Boys. I have a few of their albums. I have Check Your Head. I have Ma Bell with the Ill Communication. And hopefully for a few of you that is now stuck in your head. Ma Bell with the Ill Communication. Ma Bell. This might be the next one I put on now that I may have just done it to myself. The Beastie Boys debut album. If you see right there, read it backwards. Ask me if you want to know. It's not a secret. It says eat me. I don't know why I'm making that a secret. It's not offensive. But a couple that I want to talk about specifically. So this one is not a Beastie Boys album, but it is. It's Country Mike, and that's Mike right there. But it's a Beastie Boys album. So in '99, when they did Hello Nasty, which I don't have on vinyl, decided Country Mike from the Boys decided he wanted to do a country album. So it's not bad as far as country goes. It's not my cup of tea. It's very tongue in cheek. Sloppy Drunks, Railroad Blues, Country Delight, Don't Let the Air Out of My Tires. It's tongue in cheek. But the thing with the Beastie Boys is they're great musicians, so it actually kind of pulls off. There were only 300 original releases of this album from some of the research I did. There's some hints whether you've got an original or a bootleg. I am 95% sure I have a bootleg. The originals should have had a white border around this cover. But then on the inside, there should also be writing at the bottom here that would have indicated it's an original. But the bootlegs that I saw didn't have the fancy label in the middle. They all just had a black one. So I'm pretty sure I've got a bootleg. I'm not going to retire on my Beastie Boys LPs, but it's sort of too bad. I ended up getting it from a Facebook vinyl auction group. It cost me probably 10 or 15 bucks to get it. I lost that many times over on other albums that I didn't win, so it is what it is. Last one is Paul's Boutique. Now this was their second official release. Now, the thing with this album is that it wasn't promoted very heavily by their label, and as a result, it didn't do very well, especially after their debut came out. Gotta remember, something like Fight for Your Right was a huge hit, and so as a result, the expectations were pretty high for the Beastie Boys' second album. So the Beasties, who Mike D, MCA, and Ad Rock, when they did this one, they had the Dust Brothers do the production for it. And the crazy thing for it is the amount of samples that they use in this thing. There's well over 100 different samples. A couple that you might know. There's Hurdy Gurdy Man in the song Car Thief. They sample the opening chimes from Time on Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun. There's Ballroom Blitz and Hey Ladies. So there's tons of samples in this. It's almost fun to go through and just try to figure out what you recognize. And they ended up having a pretty significant law case. This is not in relation to Paul's Boutique, but I believe it was from Check Your Head, where what they had done is they were authorized for the permission for just a loop from a song, and the artist thought they should have had to license the entire song. As a result, they won, so the small loop that they used was okay. Here you go, Ashley. So if you listen to this one, you can kind of hear it in the background. It's the Beatles. So probably a safe bet the Beatles didn't give them permission at the time to use it, but the late 80s were kind of cowboy period. They could kind of do what they wanted. Now I'm questioning the year of the album. But this is there, 89. This is, again, another one of my all-time favorite albums. I will hopefully not utter the phrase, one of my all-time favorite albums, Desert Island Disc, too many times when I do this. I may have to count how many albums I put in my top 10 of all time. There's probably 50 albums in my top 10 list. So that's it for today. The Beasties with a little bit of Biffy. And tomorrow back with one artist with a little help from another. And we will be back to some Canadian content tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.